eyes of air, talking about how Tanzania could fail to score a goal against a mean like Mauritania. And your man was actually telling me that they need to import players from Uganda to make sure that they can find the goals. Anyway, I'm in the company of Mark and Haruna to take you through this. And of course, I'll start with Mark. Mark, in the first game, they scored 2 goals and they played convincingly. In the second game, they seem to have lost their stride. That is Tanzania. What's your take?
I think we've got to give Mauritania credit. It's to look at it like Tanzania have not done their bit is to disregard the efforts of Mauritania. I think they've been quite impressive. They've been compact, they've been organized, they've been very difficult to break down, and they've been very, very potent on the break. I thought they had 1 or 2 chances in which they could have punished the Tanzanians. So that scoreline has got everything to do with who Mauritania are as an organized team. More than what Tanzania have failed to do. Remember, Mauritania haven't yet conceded a goal in this competition, and we saw why they haven't conceded. But then again, we also saw why they haven't yet scored, because they're quite poor in the final third, and I think that is a very problem area for their team.
Okay. Haruna, he said that Mauritania have been organized, they can't allow Tanzania to play. Their game plan is stop them from scoring and then can't get them on a counter. Can that sustain them up to 90 minutes?
Ruben, ahead of this game, their Spanish coach, Ortiz Lopez Galay, expressed readiness of his players to play against Tanzania. He even in the press conference emphasized their physical and psychological condition as being good. And when you see how the first half has unfolded, you believe his words. In the first place, he studied very well the threat of the Tanzanians. And in that, he made 5 changes to the team that played against Madagascar. That implies he studied the way the Tanzanians beat Burkina Faso, their threat, and when you look at the Tanzanians, like they always say, you never change a winning team. The very team that played against Burkina Faso is the team which he maintained. He didn't change any single player. And when you see the way these Mauritanians are playing, they don't allow spaces in their defense. They are solid and they play as a unit. They have a compacted midfield because he is using 3 defenders, 1 broker, and 4 ahead of that 1 broker. So their midfield is compact. To break it down, you need to be extra special, which I haven't seen from the Tanzanians. And the more the game goes on, the more the pressure goes back to the Tanzanians because they are at home. And they were the favorites ahead of the game. Everybody expected them to be what? To beat Mauritania. So in this second half, I believe if Mauritania continue playing the way they are playing, they will continue to frustrate Tanzania, and at the end of the day, any slight mistake can result into a goal. But where it is, I see very few chances of seeing a goal.
Okay. Mark, looking at the statistics, Tanzania, in terms of possession, actually scored Ghana the 68% of the game. Now, what do you think the coach is telling the Taifa Stars in the dressing room to make sure that they come back stronger, better, and ready for the 3 points?
They've got to be a little patient. I thought that they made some rushy decisions, especially when they were on the break. A couple of misplaced passes, a couple of lack of rhythm, some lack of interplay in the final third. I think it's still an open game. It's 0-0. It's anyone's game. So Tanzania have got to do what they've been doing in the first half, but just with a little bit of patience. I think they've got some good quality in there. I like their talent in Kapombe. I think
he's very experienced.
He is experienced.
He has been around for quite some time.
It's a game which, frankly, could go either way. It's still 0-0. Chances have been at a premium. I expect another keggy second half. It's the sort of game which will be decided by one mistake.
Okay.
If at all we're going to have a winner, I would not be shocked if it ends in a stalemate.
Okay, Haruna, if Mauritania manages a draw against the Taifa Stars, I believe they will be good.
It will be a bonus.
Very, very good point.
It will be a bonus. It will be a bonus to them because the way they are combative, they don't allow spaces into their own half. That tells you they are determined to frustrate Tanzania, even in the second half. And I believe, I still fancy the Tanzanians to nick it, maybe 1-0, but that requires some substitutions because the ones who started the game, most of them are now out of ideas. You don't see any penetrative passes. You don't see any creativity within the setup. Their star player, Faizo Saloum, the one who is called Fei Toto, has always been the fulcrum of the team. But you see in this particular game, he's nowhere. He's nowhere to be seen. And the bad thing about Tanzania, once he fails to perform, even the whole team goes with him. So that's why you see the pressure is continuing to mount on the Tanzanians.
Of course, looking at the highlights, Mark, Tanzanians seem to have created a couple of chances, but they couldn't take them home. So are we seeing any changes in the final third?
I mean, depending on how the game goes, typically most coaches do not want to make rush substitutions when the game is still 0-0. You think that after maybe just over at the hour mark, you can expect one or two changes. I think the game is still evenly poised, and we'll wait and see. I think right now as it stands, obviously a stalemate would work for Tanzania. Mauritania have got to start getting points on board and victories on board because while a draw against the hosts would be a credible result, they don't do their chances any good by obviously failing to win the opening game. And I think 2 points from the opening 2 games is not good, but it's also not
a bad situation.
It's not a bad situation. So
especially if you are Mauritania.
Especially indeed.
When you are Mauritania.
Especially in Mauritania, it's not a bad place to be in. So I think it's we're in for a tight second half.
Okay. Before we go to the second half, do you think the coach of Mauritania should retain what he has had in the first half, or he needs to go all out to attack, get that one goal and close the shop?
I don't think he'll go out to get that one goal because in this game, he's the underdog. But they are the kind of underdog that can cause an upset. The way they have played in the first half.
True.
Yeah, you could see you could see that they are trying and they are compact. Okay. They don't allow to be bulled. That's why I believe if they maintain the same during the second half, they can take that point.
Okay, predictions. I'll start with you, Mark.
I'm going to go for a... Wow. You put me on the spot.
It's tricky.
I'm going to go for a 0-0.
A 0-0.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ruben, I still fancy Tanzania to nick it.
Take it. For me, I see the underdogs surprising
taking
the
day.
Yes, the way they are played. But anyway, let's go back to the second half. We shall get back here after 90 minutes. Stick around.